Hello everyone. So guys, today I'm going to tell you about conversation in storytelling. What exactly happens guys whenever you tell a story? So in your story, you can also show the conversation which you had done. Suppose yesterday I went to my sister's house and I started talking to my sister. So whatever my sister said to me, whatever I said to my sister, that is a conversation. That is past. Right now, this is present. I am talking to you. So I am telling you a story. Telling you a story about what? About that day when I was talking to my sister, when I went to my sister's house. So when I start telling you the story, it will be absolutely past. Okay, everything will go in past. But suddenly I will start showing you that question and answer also, like what I asked and what my sister replied. So that conversation has to be shown in my story. So what is the way? Let's get started everyone. So guys, here I am saying that two structures are very important. The first structure is subject plus asked and then question. It means if I am telling you a story, so in that story, I mean, there is a situation when I have to say, like, I asked my sister, I asked my brother. Suppose here there is a sentence, my wife asked me, is there 20 rupees in your wallet? So, why I am using this, I am going to tell you. Before this, I will start a story. Let's take a look. If I am saying that yesterday I was in my room, okay, suddenly my wife came to me. Suddenly my wife came to me. This is past. As you can see here, I was in my room. This is the state of being. Okay, I'm talking about my location. It was the room. Okay, suddenly my wife came to me. This is past indefinite, second form. So this is past. My story is being told in past. Okay, fine. So my wife came to me and she asked me. She asked me. So now I'm going to tell you the conversation. Till here came to me, till here there was no conversation. It was just a simple story, the flat story. Now I am going to add the conversation also in the story, that conversation which was done between my wife and me. So I have to say, like, if somebody in the story, somebody asked me something, so I have to mention that blah blah person asked me. So she asked me. Okay, this is also second form. Now whatever she asked me, in whichever tense she asked me, I have to use the same tense. It should not be changed because I am going to use the direct speech in my storytelling, and mostly direct speech is used. So my she asked me, okay, she asked me what? She asked me, uh, do you want to take tea? Say this. So do you want to take tea? Which tense is this? This is present indefinite tense. I am telling you a story. A story means past. Why I am using present indefinite here? There may be a question. Why I am using present indefinite here? It means in a story, every tense is required. When it is required? When you are going to show the conversation in your storytelling. Okay, if there is no conversation, then only there are some structures which are useful, like subject v2. It means, like, past indefinite tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense. But if you are using storytelling, you have to use this asked said, this style. So here you can see, she asked me, do you want to take tea? Okay, now it was the question asked by her. Now I am saying that I said to her, or I told her. I have two options. So I said to her, yes, I want to take tea. Yes, I want to take tea. So now say this. Wait a minute. I want to take tea. So see, the conversation between my wife and me. This is she. She is the subject. Who is she? This is my wife. And I is the subject. Who is I? This is me. So I am going to show you the conversation. Okay, what my wife asked and what I replied. These two things will go on. Okay, I can tell you so many things, like whatever she asked, n number of times she asked me, n number of times I replied her. Everything I have to mention. Okay, how will I mention? See here. So I said to her, yes, I want to take tea. So it was my answer. Okay, so this is the question and this is the answer. So when you have to ask, when you have to show that a question was asked in a storytelling, you have to use this structure: subject plus asked. Like my wife asked me. You can use here the object me without any to. She asked me. Okay, I asked my friend. My sister asked me. I asked my brother. And whenever you say that I asked my sister or my sister asked me, after that object, you have to put the same question which was asked that time. You are not supposed to change the question. You are not supposed to turn the question into other tense. If you want to use narration, go ahead, but mostly you have to use direct speech. So just try to use the same sentence. There's so many people are there who always ask this question: shall I use present in past or not? Of course you can use. When you can use? When you are using this structure: she asked me. After that, put the question, whichever the question was there, in whichever tense it was there. Okay. Now, so let's put some more sentences here. Okay. My wife said, why don't you make tea? Why don't you make tea? Make tea today. Why don't you make tea today? Okay. Then I said to her, actually I am editing my video, so I am not able to make tea. Now see what I'm going to tell you guys. So here I'm going to show you the conversation. This conversation is going on, and what I have to do, I just have to say said, asked. She asked me, or she said, or I said, like this, guys. This is the way you can show the conversation. If she has asked a question, then say, okay, then my wife asked me, blah, blah, blah. Then I said, blah, blah, blah. So whenever you say asked, after asked, there should be a question. It could be in any tense, okay? And when you say that I said, here, when you say subject plus said, so after said, you have to use either any positive sentence, any negative sentence, any order, any request, any advice. It could be in any tense. Like you can see here, I said to her, actually I am editing my video. This is the positive sentence. Of which tense? I am editing. This is present continuous tense. So I have used here present continuous tense. So I am not able to make tea. Here I have used a structure, the structure of able to. It means after saying this word, when you say I said or she said, after that you can use so many sentences. There is no guarantee in which tense the sentence will be. You are free to speak as per the situation. Free to speak. Okay? Just you have to say I said. Okay? Now see. Then my wife said to me, today can't you stop editing the video for some time and go to the kitchen to make tea? Wait a minute. Make tea. See? My wife said to me. I am just saying said to me. After that I am using anything. Today, can't you stop? I am using the model. Can't you stop editing the video for some time? For some time. Go to the kitchen. This is order. This is request kind of thing. Go to the kitchen to make tea. So what I wanted to show you through this video is that if you are telling a story, the story could be of two types. One is flat story without any conversation. Like that. I'm giving an example. Like yesterday I got up around 6 o'clock in the morning. After that I got fresh. Then I went to market. I purchased 2 packets of milk. Then I came back to my home. I went into the kitchen. I started making tea. And after making tea, I took tea. And then I thought that I should go to park to have a stroll. Then I went to park. I had a stroll for some time. After that I came back home. Meanwhile, my wife had already made food. She offered me my breakfast. She served the breakfast. I ate breakfast. After that I started doing my work. Like this. Did I show any kind of conversation? I did not show. So it was the first type of storytelling without conversation. Okay. Now second type of storytelling is that you have to show the conversation. Like yesterday I got up around 6 o'clock in the morning. After that I started working on my computer. Suddenly my wife came to me and she said, she asked me, are you going to get fresh or not? I said, no, no, I will not get fresh right now. Yeah, let me do some work. She said that you always do this. You always get up and start working on computer. Why don't you go and get fresh? Come on, go and have a bath. I said, please, Yari, stop this lecture. I don't want to have a bath right now. I have to edit a video. Please let me do that. After that, my wife said, okay, I just don't want to talk to you. I also said, I don't want to talk to you either. Then she went into the kitchen. She started making tea. And from the kitchen, she said, she asked me, do you want to take tea? Then I said, okay, I want to take tea. Then she said, if you want to take tea, then come to the kitchen and make tea. I said, no, no, I don't want to take tea. I will take tea only when you make. She said that, no, I'm not going to make for you. I said, okay, don't make it, but please let me do my work. This is, guys, this is the storytelling with conversation. So what did you notice in this? I said, she asked, I asked, this is. And after that, any sentence. This is what reality is. This is how a storytelling is done with conversation. I hope you must have liked this video. So you also have to do the same thing. Just start telling any story with conversation, record the video and watch your video by yourself to check whether you have made any mistake or not. So thank you very much, everybody. See you in next episode. Thank you.